This is the #1 AR to use in Modern Warfare 2's ranked play. The reason this is the meta AR is because the M4 and ISO are banned from ranked play, leaving the 3-shot TAQ to be the next meta. Ladies and gentlemen, this TAQ setup we're about to go over, oh my gosh, this thing is absolutely incredible. I believe Octane uses it, I could be wrong, but I do know a lot of professional players do use this setup. You guys can see we got a pretty good ADS, is on the slower side of things, but that recoil control, absolutely zero recoil. This thing is so easy to use. If you're not the best at the game, you are going to love this setup. Even if you're a very good player, you are going to love this setup. It's just such a beam, so it's so satisfying. As you guys could see, we're actually not going to be running a stock on the build. That being said, you guys want to go over to the barrel and you want to use this Tundra Pro barrel in every single TAQ 56 setup. By the way, do you want that Orion camo, but you're just a little bit too busy to grind through all 2,000 camos? If so, you should definitely check out Guapci. Guapci provides weapon leveling services, camo unlock services, challenge unlock services such as the Warzone Nuke, and many more for all the platforms. This barrel is going to add so much damage range to the weapon, making it a lot easier to use at range. And then for the tuning, increase that recoil steadiness, which is your horizontal recoil. Then for the bottom bar, because we are not running a stock, the class does feel a little bit slower, and so I don't really want to increase damage range to lose ADS, and then vice versa, so just keep it at 0. Next up, this is also a attachment that you want to run on every single build, although Exclusive Ace did prove that the high velocity does absolutely nothing. But all the professional players do run the high velocity rounds, even though they don't do anything at all. The reason I like to run is because we actually can tune them for more damage range, increasing the overall range of the weapon, I believe, by like 5%, and then you want to increase the recoil control, and so now there's going to be less horizontal on the weapon. We are losing bolt velocity, but like Exclusive Ace tested, you literally shouldn't notice that whatsoever. Say you do not want to run the high velocity rounds, I will give you a variation later, but for this setup, we're running the high velocity. Next up, you want to add some mobility to the gun, which a great way to add the mobility is by adding that demo clean shot grip. If you want more recoil control, feel free to run the combat grip with the same tuning I'm about to give the clean shot. And for that tuning, just increase the overall mobility, and this isn't based on a linear scale, so we're getting the most map ADS speed and sprint to fire speed when we do increase it to these values, rather than if we're to max that bar out. And whenever you see sprint to fire, please increase that value. This is a very important aspect of the weapon. Next up, for the underbarrel, we are going to be running the Shark Fin 90, so we get a lot of recoil control without having any cons. Say you do want more recoil control, this is going to be very important. Listen up. So the two best underbarrels for recoil control will be the Edge 47 and the FTAQ Ripper. The next one down is going to be the Commando 4-Rip. You don't get as much recoil control, but you're not going to be losing as much mobility, which if you do want more recoil control, I recommend throwing on the Commando. It literally makes the gun a beam. I just don't like the ADS, so that's why I'm running the Shark Fin 90. And the next one down from the Commando is going to be the Phase 3 Grip. You don't get as much recoil control, but you're not going to lose as much mobility, so this is another very good option. For me though, I'm going to be running the Shark Fin 90, and for the tuning, you want to tune them all the same way, which the tuning I got on the Shark Fin is actually not going to be any tuning. I could increase that horizontal recoil control, but then I'm losing ADS speed, and then for the bottom thing, you know, I don't want to lose aiming stability, and the aim walking speed's already pretty good, and so I don't recommend tuning it. Say you did want to tune it though, I would increase the recoil stabilization and the aim walking speed. You'll just have a little bit more sway and a little bit of a slower ADS. Next up, you guys want to go over to the muzzle and throw in the Kamado Heavy. This is going to be the most popular muzzle for this weapon. I see so many pro players running it. Another pretty popular one is going to be the FJX Fulcrum Pro, but I found the Komodo's a little better. For the tuning, just increase the recoil stabilization, reducing the horizontal recoil, and then you want to increase the gun kick control, which is going to reduce the vertical recoil on the weapon. With all that said, here is an overview of the build that I'm running in the gameplay. A lot of people like it. Another very popular build is going to be pretty much the same thing, but it's going to be more for those aggressive players. Got the same barrel, we got the Shark Fin 90, although we will be tuning it for recoil stabilization, aiming, idle stability. Got the high velocity rounds, got the Cardinal stock. This adds a lot of stray speed without having that many cons. Like, you're not going to notice the loss to your stability, which then for the tuning, just bring up the aim walking speed and the ADS speed. I do run the combat grip just for a little bit more recoil control, although the clean shot is another very good option, and you want to tune it the same way. Oh, it looks like I did not tune ADS. Let me do that. There you go. You want to tune it the same way if you want to run the clean shot. And lastly, there was another very good build for the weapon. This is actually probably my personal favorite. I do like the first one I showed you. It's just a little bit too slow for my playstyle. Overall, this is going to be my favorite with the Tundra Commando High Velocity X-Line Pro, which this is going to add ADS speed and crouch movement speed, allowing you to play a little bit more aggressively. Although we are losing recoil control, and so that's why I'm running the Commando Forb and the Combat Grip just to mitigate that. And here's the tuning for the X-Line. Sometimes, like say I'm playing very aggressive, I'll throw in the clean shot for the same reasons as I explained before. There is the tuning for that. Whoa, okay, there is the tuning, my bad. And now let's get into the MGB gameplay. I don't know why it took me so long to install a new power supply and GPU into my PC. Like, it literally took me 7 hours. I made a video and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this in, then I'm gonna go stream it, and then blah blah blah. It took me 7 hours. The whole night I was just sitting there so stressed. I had like a modular power supply, a million things to plug into, and I don't know what any cable means. It was just the most complicated headache of my entire life. I almost just quit YouTube entirely. I was like, you know what? I am done. And so the reason, you know, I was installing my GPU and my power supply is that so I can get the ranked gameplays, which is why we have a public match gameplay. They drop a nasty MGB, and so if you want to learn how to get the MGBs, just try to watch and pay attention to what I'm doing and things. But I want to bring you guys ranked play gameplays, but the only time I play this game is when I'm streaming, and so I have to record and stream. But if I record and stream, then I go down to like 80 FPS, 100, which 100 isn't that bad, but it like fluctuates. And if I'm playing ranked play, I want a consistent, you know, fully working PC so I can do a lot better. Whenever it starts dropping from like 120 to like 10, I mean to 100 to 70, this makes it very hard to play ranked. And so I bought a 4090, got a new power supply with that, and so in the future, you guys should be seeing some ranked play gameplays. And I believe when you're watching this, I should be streaming pretty soon with the 4090. I wanted to stream yesterday, it was just like, nope, it took me 7 hours for my dumbass to put in a freaking power supply. I could probably do it again in like 30 minutes, but it was so unbelievably complicated, and I've never had a bigger headache in my life. Okay, with all that said though, we're dropping an MGB. If you want to get better and drop MGBs, first off, you got to be a little bit better than the lobby. And then after that, you just got to, you know, be able to predict where the enemies are going to be. As you guys can see, right now we have a advanced UAV. So it's going to be very easy to predict where they're going to be coming from. I can just prop up, hold in lane, let the enemies push me, and we're all good. This setup isn't the best for rushing. It's more of like a sit back setup. It still is good for rushing, but it specializes in, like, you know, winning those medium range gunfights because there's absolutely zero recoil. Like, most people should love this setup. I really, really like it. There is one I'd like a little bit more just because I can rush a little bit more, but overall, this thing is so nasty and easy to use. Oh, we're on the 25. Okay, we're right about to get an MGB. I would play a little bit more aggressive, but I was just trying to really show how there's zero recoil on the weapon and how good it is at medium range, and trying to play like how I would play in ranked play. Really want to give you guys ranked play gameplays for like other guns too. Like I want to do a ranked play Vel 47, a ranked play Lockman Sub, a ranked play SPX and stuff like that. Ranked play Cast Off 545, and use those weapons actually in the ranked play, or use like an off meta weapon in the ranked play gameplay. I think that would be super cool because I don't really see too many creators using random guns in ranked play. Although I am in Diamond, almost in Crim, and so does get a little bit difficult to use those off meta weapons when everyone is using like the meta weapons. And we got the freaking MGB. A like is appreciated, and if you want to get better at Call of Duty, subscription is greatly appreciated, and you'll get better at the game. Oh my days, you see how clean that was? The little slide in there, the little shimmy slide in there. Oh, too nasty, too easy. And then I believe we get bopped and dropped in 2 seconds. Yeah, there we go. That guy just completely pounded the dust with this shotgun. I don't even know what shotgun that was. He just had a random boomstick and just went boom. And I think the gameplay is almost over. Oh, I do this one thing that is so mean. Like really, really fucked up. I feel bad, but also it's kind of funny, so I don't really feel bad. You guys will see in a second. The reason we're spectating is because this is headquarters, and whenever you capture the headquarters, you don't get a respawn. But the longer you keep it, then you get more points, if that makes sense. Oh, a little clown baby, get a little quad feed. Okay, I see you, I see you. And then I'm going snowboarding for the next 3 days. So if you are watching this, I'm just going to have a Saturday stream. And then after that, I'm just going to be on vacation for about 3 days snowboarding up at Silver Mountain. Can't wait. right here, I feel like that's his first Juggernaut because he's not that good at the game. So I kind of feel like that's his first Juggernaut ever. He's so hyped right now. He's jumping up and down. He's telling his grandparents, he's telling his brothers and sisters, his mother, that he got a freaking Juggernaut, that he's just world starring everyone. So I call in the MGB to blow out the map and make it so he can't use the Juggernaut anymore, which is a complete asshole move, but it's kind of funny. And I think that's gonna wrap it up for this. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and deuces. Let's go, boys. Easy motherfucking dubs with the sexy TAQ 56. Let's go. Easy nukes and nukes. Get nuked, motherfuckers. Eat that nuke.
You have to nuke to him.
A little bit like young. I bought a yard today. Let her penny all yellow like a bird.